from Palm Springs all the way over to the Indio Coroner's Office. We were just told a short time ago that the Palm Springs Police Department has turned this investigation over to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. There you see one of the caskets right there with the flag draped over it. The two officers, I believe we have pictures of them. Officer Jose Gil Vega, 63 years old, a 35-year veteran of the Palm Springs Police Department. He was due to retire in December. Today was his day off. He came back in to work overtime today. The second officer shot and killed today in the line of duty, 27-year-old Officer Leslie Zerbini. She'd been with the department a year and a half, married, just came back from maternity leave, gave birth to a daughter. She was just 4 months, the baby is just 4 months old. She had just returned to duty within the last few weeks from being on maternity leave for the last several months. Those are the two officers here in the Coachella Valley who were gunned down in the line of duty today while they were simply doing their job, responding to a call of a domestic disturbance. Now, as we wait a few more minutes for the second body to be loaded up in the hearse, I want to back up and let folks at home know exactly what happened today in case they just tuned in and they didn't hear what exactly went down. Around 12:18, the Palm Springs Police Department received a call of a domestic disturbance on Cypress. Two officers responded to that call. When those two officers approached, there was a man inside that told them not to come in the home or he would fire. For about 10 minutes, they tried to negotiate with the man to come out. He then fired at the officers. A third officer arrived at the scene. He continued to fire. All three officers were hit. Two of the officers, as I just told you, died a short time later. That third officer is recovering here at Desert Regional Medical Center. I can tell you, after looking at the faces of these police officers, family members, our local authorities, our local dignitaries, council members, the mayor, Congressman Ruiz, and all in attendance here, officers came from miles and miles away to take part of this procession. It is a strong blue line, and when someone goes down in the line of duty, officers are here. It doesn't matter your race, color, creed, religion, your age, how long you've been on the force. They're all here to mourn with the Palm Springs Police Department as two bodies are being loaded into these hearses now here at Desert Regional Medical Center. We're told the procession will leave here in a few moments. There's a few Sunline buses behind the hearse that will load up the officers and family members. They're going to go on to Indian Canyon, head north about 2 blocks to Vista Chino. The procession will then turn right and head east on Vista Chino to Date Palm. It's there at Date Palm. They'll get on the I-10 freeway and make their way to Indio, to the coroner's office. Now, because this was an officer-involved shooting and death, as typical standard, a different police agency takes over the investigation. We've been told that the Riverside County Sheriff's Department will now take over the investigation from Palm Springs PD. Right now, the second officer, there you go, you can see the flag-draped coffin being taken to the second hearse and loaded up by the pallbearers. There's Mayor Robert Moon right there. I see Councilwoman Chinny Fote. I think Jeff Kors, some other council members there as well, along with Congressman Ruiz. There's been a lot of tears shed out here today. Angela, from not only law enforcement, but family, friends. I've seen people from Sunline Bus, from security guards, from hospital staff, embracing, hugging police officers, hugging a cop. These are people that put their lives on the line every day for us. And that's what they did today at 12:18. These two officers were going to, and I will not use the word routine because no domestic call is ever routine. In fact, if you look at the statistics, most domestic calls end in some sort of violence. Those are the most violent calls. They were going to a domestic call. A mother had called over on Cypress Street in North Palm Springs, saying that her son was erratic, wanted him out of the house, and that they needed to come and deal with him. The officers responded. When they knew that he had told them he had a gun, they called for backup. That third officer came as backup. They were trying to peacefully negotiate with this young man to come out of the house. He did not. Instead, he fired shots. From eyewitness accounts, 30, 40, 50 shots were fired. We're not sure how many of those shots came from the actual officers, but we know a lot of those shots came from the assailant inside. At this hour, there is still a major standoff and a major blockade going on around that home. There you see some of the family members being escorted.
Right here, against the bus.
They're going to make their way onto the Sunline bus. We can only assume possibly these are maybe some of the family members of Officer Vega and Officer Zerbini. I'm just going to let the video, these live pictures here, Angela, speak for themselves for a moment instead of me speaking. Can you see dozens and dozens of what we can assume are family members with tears in their eyes mourning these two officers, these brave heroes who paid the ultimate sacrifice trying to keep our streets safe here in Palm Springs today.